Hello, fellow diecasters. Welcome to another insane episode here on Diecast Insanity. Today we got another 3 for Thursday for you, and this one I'm calling the Stock Car Edition. I'm a huge race fan, as you guys all know. I love to race, I love racing slot cars, love watching motorsports of all types. But he was raised on local short track stock car racing. And these three cars that you're about to see today they've only seen one owner. They're mine. They have been mine from day one. I got them brand new out of the package at the time that they came out. These are all first editions, and they're all early 80s cars, and they're some of my most prized possessions within my collection. So we're going to start with the oldest one right now. This car just recently reappeared in a, not retro entertainment, but, what are they? Well, pop culture. There we go. In the Candies set, the blue Nestle's Crunch car. So this is, guys probably know what that means. This is the up front Fairmont. This is the number 27 Fireball Jr. on the roof. Hot Ones wheels. First came out in 1982 to 1995 and then retooled in 2013 to present. But this is what the first edition looked like. I think I remember looking at the list, there was 3 different versions of this car with this paint scheme on it. It came out in 82. I think most of them were a base variation. This one happens to be a Hong Kong car. Very cool. As you can see, it's got a little bit of rubbing there on the side, but not much. A couple of little tiny chips here and there, but this car's in great shape. I love this race car. One of my favorites in my collection. One of the reasons why this car means so much to me is that one of my local heroes here in Yakima drove a Ford just like this at the end of his career before giving it over to someone who's pretty well known in NASCAR, Derek Cope. But this car was driven by Derek and by Harry Jefferson, one of my all-time favorite Yakima race car drivers. But really, really cool, really, really sweet. So really love that car. So the next one came out in 83. It was only out for 3 years, from 83 to 86. There's only 5 different versions of this car, and 4 of them are this one. There's a couple. There's a dark one. This one, as mine on the bottom says, Mountain Dew Stalker. There's one that doesn't have a name on the bottom of it, and there is one that says NASCAR Stalker on the bottom of it, and then there is one that's a darker green paint scheme that I think says NASCAR Stalker on the bottom of it, if I remember right. But this car, if you guys know your 80s stock car racing, what this car represents is this is almost an exact replica of Darrell Waltrip's Mountain Dew Buick Regal that he drove for Junior Johnson. So really, really cool car. I love this thing. I've taken really good care of this car. Even when I played with it, I made sure it didn't wreck. Got a couple little chips on the wing there, and part of the red stripe on top there is kind of come off, but other than that, this car is in great shape. Love this car. One of my favorites in my collection, like I said. Really, really cool car. Really, really sweet. It might be kind of cool to get all the versions of this car someday, maybe. To have all 5 versions in my collection, 4 of which are this car itself. So next up, we have, this car came out in 84. From 84 to present, they still use this car. There is even a retro entertainment version of this car, which I do have, by the way. But this is the number 21 Valvoline Thunderbird. A couple other cool things about this car. This is also an exact replica of a car from the day. Number 21 being the Wood Brothers. I believe this was driven by Neil Bonnet at that particular time. Might have been Buddy Baker, but I think it was Neil Bonnet. And there is also something on this car that you'll never find on a toy ever again. There is actually a tobacco sponsorship on this car. If you see it, it's written right there by the 21 where it says Winston. Something you'll never ever see on a toy for children ever again. But this is one of my favorite cars, one of my favorite stock cars. I have some more stock cars from this era that I might show down the road, but these are probably my 3 favorite cars at the most. There is, Wiki only lists 2 versions of this car. This one and the number 7 car from Stroker Ace, which I do have, but there's also several other versions. If you guys know, there's a number 1 with Hot Wheels on it and a couple other versions. So there's more than just 2. So I don't know why Wiki doesn't list the rest of them, but really cool car, really sweet car. These are probably 3 cars I will never ever part with until I pass away, and hopefully they'll end up in the hands of my 2 boys, because these have been part of Daddy's life ever since they were brand new in 82, 83, and 84. So really cool cars, really sweet cars. So if you guys are race car fans, you should pick those up. They're really cool addition to your collection. Really cool. I have seen some of them on eBay. These 2 here are probably the hardest 2 to find. I've seen quite a few of these lately, but for a while there I wasn't seeing any, and then I wasn't seeing any that were in this good a shape either. And this one I very rarely see on eBay. So these 2 might be kind of hard to come by, but still really cool cars, really sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys have enjoyed the channel. I know we kind of hit and miss on episodes from time to time, but that's because we're trying to make this a group channel between me and my son, and he gets kind of busy being in high school, being a junior, between band and everything else. So sometimes we'll kind of hit and miss on episodes, so I'm sorry about that. We'll try and keep it regular, going through everything. But hope you guys enjoy the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Click up here on this, a little notation up here. You can click and you can subscribe. And I'll put up the last 2 3 for Thursdays up on this side in case you missed them. And then if you want, you can get to the other 3 for Thursdays through those videos as well. And check out everything else on the channel. We're trying to do some things here differently than other diecasters do on YouTube. Trying to do some customs and give you some insights into stuff, and the Hot Wheels therapy episodes, which I need to do one now that we've got the garage all straightened out. I need to get one of those done too, and everything else. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you find what you're looking for, and remember, leave some on the page for the other collectors, because they want to find these cars too without having to go to eBay to find them. So have a great week. I'm out, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.